are you doing?
Right now, answering this call. I'm asking
What are you doing? He doesn't want to.
I need to hear that from him, not you. I'm asking my son if he wants to his right to leave and enter his own country to be able to visit his relatives. And you calling me back telling me he doesn't want to, that's your words. I'm sorry,
He's
but...
too young.
I'm sorry, but I need to hear that from him. I'm his father and have a right to ask him, and I need his real feelings.
He's too young to deal with all this.
Well, you're making him because you won't let him travel.
So if you want to involve the United Nations, okay, but he's too young you want to make him to do all this, okay?
I want him to tell me.
Please keep things pleasant and, just let the FaceTime call go on as usual.
Oh, you mean allow you to brainwash him and not talk to him about it? You mean allow me? You mean you want me to allow you to hide the truth from him? No, sorry. I will talk to him about the rights of the child, and there is a publication from the United Nations for children to learn the rights of the child. And if you want to stop me from teaching him what the United Nations have published...
I'm not stopping you. He understands.
Well, he will continue to be learning it.
And you refuse to accept whatever he said. I have nothing to say. But then
I will never stop talking to my son about what has happened until he understands. Because whilst the 23 and a half hours a day, he's not talking to me, you're sat there brainwashing him.
No, I'm not.
You don't talk to him about these things, but you do. I can't tell you what not to talk to about. My FaceTime call is up to me and him what to talk to about. And I'm his father, just like you're his mother. You will talk to him about what you see fit. And I, as joint custodian, will also talk.
To deal with all this.
In your opinion, but not in mine.
Because you refuse to deal with the answer, Spencer.
He doesn't give me the answer yet because you muted it and stopped him from answering.
No.
Well, you just keep out of it. That's between me and my son.
The answer. No, you can't.
I can't interfere with your 23 and a half hours a day talking to him. Stop trying to interfere with my communication with my son and fuck off!
Tell him. What does your heart tell you?
My heart tells me that you don't have a right to tell me what me and my son are allowed to talk about.
He's scared, okay? Stop scaring him.
That's you talking, not him.
No, he is very scared.
He's scared because he lives with you. He's scared because he's scared to answer for fear of reprimand from you because he lives with you.
Come on now.
No, you come on. You go study parental alienation. And any parental alienation manuscript written by experts says that the child will behave just as he is doing because of fear of the parent he lives with, fear of reprimand.
I will allow you to manipulate things. Okay, Spencer, what you are doing is
you are manipulating things.
You are manipulating things.
What?
It's so clear.
What am I manipulating?
Okay.
What am I manipulating?
You want an answer from him, which is
no. You've just accused me of manipulating things.
Already decided.
You've accused me of manipulating things. The word "things" can mean ice cream. So what things am I manipulating?
Why don't you comply with the court order?
The court order does not say I'm not allowed to ask him if he wants his right to travel. I'm asking him if he wants his right to Article 10 returned to him. And I want an answer vocally and visually from him to say yes or no. And if he says no, I want to ask him why, and I want an answer. And I will send that answer to the United Nations and let them decide if that's parental alienation and brainwashing or if it's just a child who doesn't want to see his father. Not you decide, not me decide, the authorities, right? Because it's cheaper than coming to court in Singapore, who won't listen to me anyway, because they're a bunch of biased fascists.
I do not want them interfering in this because the order had already been given.
Well, so I can file a new order.
They want some, okay, they will have to write to me officially.
They won't have to write to you. What will happen is that the United Nations will mediate with the Singaporean government about this, and that I will, as joint custodian, exercise my rights to have my son examined by a psychologist to find out what his real inner hidden feelings are. And you can't stop me. So you stop trying to stop me, because you are the one who's trying to manipulate by trying to silence me, just like your country silences its own people. So what are you calling for? I'm going to ask him and he's going to answer the question.
I'm telling you to give Angelo a break. Stop doing this.
I'm telling you to give him a break and let him answer the question.
Yeah, you won't give up. until whether it's a yes or a no.
Exactly.
You just want it your way, okay?
No, I don't want it my way. I want him to understand his rights, and I want him to say if he wants to enjoy those rights or not. As written in the rights of the child, and the United Nations have created these rights for a reason, and he has a right to understand his rights. There's a publication for young children so that they understand these rights, and he's going to learn them so that he can think and make his own decisions. And you are trying to stop that from happening. So you had better cease and desist. Because my son has the right to learn the rights of the child.
I'm not going to talk to you.
You're being unreasonable. I'm going to teach my son the rights of the child, and he's going to understand them.